Hey, welcome. My name is Billy. My pronouns are they, them, or she, her, and I teach anti-diet or fat positive yoga and movement classes that don't have diet culture as a component in them. This is my little studio space. It's a temporary space. If you haven't heard of me before, you haven't been in my kind of sphere the last year or so, my space is it was under construction. So currently not, you know, the coziest setup yet. It is a little chaotic, but stick with me and you'll get to see it transform into what I hope to be a super cozy space. This practice is one that I did for my Rebel Movement Club members this week, and it is the second time ever doing this class. I had a student request it. It's a strength and stretch. So what I've done in this class is I used yoga as sort of a foundation, and I added in strength training on top of it. There's not really much you need. You might use a mat. You might have weights. I would say grabbing light weights is probably best, but you might have a couple of options. And then I'll say this at the beginning of the practice when I introduce, but you can ignore literally everything I say, especially if this is your first time taking a practice with me. You can ignore anything I say, you can add things in. And if you have questions or need a little bit of help with anything, please feel free to reach out via email, or you can try to pop it in the comments depending on what platform you're watching this on. Thanks so much for being here. Let me know how your class goes, and I'll see you after. Hey, nice awkward start. Welcome to Strength and Stretch. This is a bit of a combo of yoga inspired movement and strength training kind of inspired movements. We will start near the beginning of practice from a tabletop and child's pose shape. So when you're setting up for the first couple of moments here, you can keep that in mind or just set up in any position that feels comfortable for you. As you're settling in, you might notice breath, you might notice tension, you might notice thoughts that are coming up for you. And I'll remind you that anytime throughout this practice, you're welcome to come back here. You can rest, you can change movements up, take them out, add them in. You can basically experiment with this practice and make it however you want it to look. If you have questions or feedback or things you want to incorporate next time, send me a message or email anytime, and I will do my best to help out as much as I can. So take a moment, maybe taking a bigger breath and kind of mentally preparing for a little bit of movement. And we'll meet in a tabletop when you're ready. Hands roughly underneath your shoulders, knees roughly underneath your hips. Round your spine, exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, belly towards the floor. Lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. Round your spine, exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, belly towards the floor, lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. Exhale, press back to child's pose. So do a little bit of warming up. We're going to move through a little tiny flow based on the movements we just did. As you inhale, come up to tabletop. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, belly towards the floor, lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. Exhale, press back. Let's do one more. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, round. Inhale, belly towards the floor, lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. Exhale, press back. Inhale, tabletop. I'm going to lengthen your right leg back. You can have your leg long or bent, whatever you have space for. Breathe in. Exhale, knee to chest, round your spine. One more time. Kick your leg long. Exhale, squeeze your knee in towards your chest, round your spine. Inhale, set your right knee down, lengthen your left leg, exhale. Breathe in. Exhale, round and curl in. One more time, inhale, kick out. Exhale, curl in, pull in. Nice, set your left knee down beside right. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. And pedal out your feet or shake out your head. One more big breath. And then walk your hands towards your feet, doing your best to keep your hips fairly still. Pausing here for a breath or two. Wiggle it out, shake it out. We're going to come to standing. You might pause halfway, inhale. Come all the way up as you exhale. You can adjust on your mat so you have a little bit of space side to side. And we'll just do a little step. Step, tap, step, tap. All right, from here, add in arms. You can reach forwards and back. You can reach up and down. You might do circles. Do all of the above, not at the same time, probably. Awesome. We're going to change it up. I'm going to move to the side to show you. You don't have to turn. So I'm going to step and then kick. Step, kick. I'm trying to keep my hip or my thigh, my knees basically where they are. And I'm kicking my heel towards my glutes. I think these are called butt kickers for probably obvious reasons. Imagining you're trying to kick your own butt, basically. So from here, you're going to reach forwards, pull back. Forwards, pull back. You can hold a little extra time, switch it up. Maybe you're feeling your hamstrings right about now. I definitely am. Nice. Pause that. You can shake it out, circle your wrists a little. Maybe you circle your ankles. Nice. Stand on your right foot. Lift your left knee up. Move your knee to the side. Knee lowers down. And then in reverse. So lift left knee up. Move your left knee to the left. Lower. Lift. Move forwards and down. We'll do the same on the other side. You're doing your best to keep your hips fairly level. I'm going to do one more here. Nice job. So we'll shift this time so you have space behind you and a little bit of space in front. Take a moment. Let's take a breath first. Inhale, lift both arms up overhead. And exhale, lower your arms down to your sides. Let's do one more like that. Breathe in, lift all the way up. And exhale, arms down at your sides. Nice job. When you're ready, bend your knees. So knees move forward, hips move back, like we're coming into a squat or to powerful pose. We're going to exhale here. Inhale, stand on your left foot, lift your right knee up. Set your right foot down, come back to your squat. So stand up, lift left knee, step left foot down and squat on the same breath. So inhale, lift. Exhale, step down, squat. If you want to add arms, arms can be alongside your body when you squat. Lift overhead as you inhale. Back alongside your body as you exhale. Move at your own pace. You can go Slowly, if you'd like, you can go a little faster. Oop. We're going to pause in a moment. So getting ready to kind of to rest, not really rest, sorry, to pause. This time we'll lift your right leg up. Arms move somewhere that helps with balance. Kick your right leg back. Hinge forward at your torso. Step your right foot down. So we're in a lunge. You might have your back heel lifted. Adjust your stance side to side so you have a little bit more space. So you'll notice if you're set up on a tightrope, you might fall over. All right, let's pause here for a moment. Option to grab weights while we're pausing. I would do a light weight. All right. Lengthen your left leg. Bend both of your knees. Lengthen and bend. So we're doing lunges. Play around with your stance. You might actually shorten your stance, so step your feet a little closer together. Nice. Do a couple more, and we'll pause in a lunge like the one we were in a moment ago with your back leg straight, front knee bent. Hinge at your torso. So my right leg and my torso are in one long line. Elbows stay at your sides. Bend your hands towards your shoulders. Lengthen your arms and bend. So your elbows are staying put. You're bending and lengthening your arms. Nice job. These are tricep kickbacks. I'm going to set my weights down. Lengthen your left leg. Hinge over your left leg any amount. I actually might just pause. I set my weights down. Both my legs are straight. I'm actually just going to pause here. Awesome. If you're ready, you're going to set up for warrior two. You might get your weights again. My right toes are pointing to the side of the room. Left knee is pointing, or left foot is still pointing forwards. We're going to move in and out of lunges. You can have your arms wherever you would like. We'll bend left knee and come out. You can adjust your stance here too. Have it be a shorter lunge. I'm going to do a little bit less of these this week. I'm going to pause there. Stay in your lunge, arms out to the sides and to center. I'm going to do again. I'm only going to do a couple of these. So I'm feeling it already. You can do more if you want. If you're finding this tricky, you can use like just hold your hands into fists instead of using weights. Awesome. I'm going to set my weights down. This time, you might use something for support near your back knee. We're going to bend your back knee, lift your left toes towards the ceiling, and then lengthen. So bend and lengthen. This posture is called Skandasana. It's another kind of side lunge. Great job. Walk your hands around to the top of your mat. Let's bring right knee down and pause in a low lunge for a moment. You want a little extra stretch for your back foot, keep your back toes tucked. Letting your heart slow down a little bit. Maybe letting your breathing slow down, knowing it's okay if they don't. Start to lengthen your front leg, stretching the back of your front thigh, maybe into your calf. Nice. Walk your hands forward. Let's lengthen your back leg, step your back foot forwards. Lift halfway, breathe in. Round your spine, breathe out. Reach all the way up. Inhale. Arms at your sides. Exhale. Bend into a squat. Inhale, lengthen. One leg up, stand up. Bend, arms sweep alongside your body. Inhale, stand, lift your other leg up. Same thing as before. Go at your own pace. If you want to add weights here, you can. So that might mean your arms stay at your sides too, depending on how heavy the weights are. Last little bit. Nice. We'll pause. And I move my stuff to the other side of my mat. We'll pause with your left leg lifted. Arms wherever for balance. Kick back, lean forwards. Step left foot down. Adjust your stance if you'd like. You might grab your weights. Then moving into your lunges, take your time. Going at your own pace, connect your breath to this movement in any way that feels good. Nice. You can do like we did last time, the tricep extensions if you want, or stay upright. I'll turn to face you. Elbows are still staying at your sides. You'll bend hands towards shoulders and back down. If you want to add on, stop at the top. Press your arms all the way overhead. Bend, elbows back down, hands down. So adding in a shoulder press to your bicep curl. Nice job. Moving to our warrior two. Oh no, sorry, not to our warrior two. Straighten your front leg, hinge if you would like to pause in a stretch for a moment. When you're ready, take your time, come back up. Move to your warrior two, and at your own pace, move into your lunge. Nice job. I'm going to change this one up as well, this other movement. If you want to do what we did a moment ago instead, whew, go for it. So this time you're going to press your arms forwards, right arm on top, left arm on top, bend back in. You can also do this. Actually, I'll show you one more and then I'll show you the alternative. Press forwards. You're doing like A swivelly motion, one hand stacks, the other hand stacks, arms back down. Take care that you're not smashing your fingers with the weights. You can also use one weight, hold it this way, lengthen forwards, one arm on top, other arm on top, and back. This version is kind of like you're driving a teeny tiny car. Nice job. Then we'll move into Skandasana. So my right foot's forward, right toes are pointing to the side. I'm gonna bend into my left knee. I'm gonna use something on the floor for support so that I'm gonna stay hinged as I move in and out of this posture. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can keep your torso up and move in and out. And then when you're ready, no rush, walk your hands around to the top of your mat, set your left knee down, pausing in your low lunge. Lengthen your front leg, front top, right toes point towards the ceiling maybe. Then bending your front knee, you can make your way to a seat. You can pause, end in standing if you'd like. Any spot that feels good for you. We do still have 2 or 3 minutes, so if you would like to do other stretches, go for it. I might sneak in a little cobbler's pose, bottoms of feet touch. And then if you're doing this seated, I also like to sneak in a little twist. So I'm not using my hands to pull, like my knees are staying in the shape. I'm just twisting and setting my hands down. If you're doing the twist, you can switch directions. I'll sometimes use a block underneath my back hand, especially in this version of the twist. I just have short arms and a long torso so that I can stay within a spot in this stretch that feels good for me. Nice. And if you have other stretches, please go for it. Just take a moment, take a couple of bigger breaths. Really let your rib cage expand as you breathe in. It's okay if your breath is still fast. It's okay if your breath is loud. It's okay if you're not quite ready to be still. You don't have to be still. Just moving slowly, starting to wind down. Bring awareness to any place in your body where you might be feeling a little bit of extra stuff right now. Maybe it's heat, maybe it's tired muscles. And send those muscles a little thank you. Thank you for helping me move throughout practice. Thank you for supporting me throughout my day. That brings us to the end of practice. I'll just see you after. It's after you also saw me during. I'm seeing you again after. I hope that you enjoyed that. If you have questions or feedback, like I said, reach out. Email will be in the show notes or the captions, or if you're watching this on my on-demand platform, you can scroll down to the bottom of the page. My on-demand platform is only $20 Canadian a month, and it gives you access to all sorts of movement classes without any ads. There's yoga, there's weightlifting, there's mobility, There are meditations. There's a couple of other cute things in there too, and I'm adding onto it more and more. You can also grab a 6 month or 1 year membership, which will end up being, I think the 1 year ends up being like $12 a month or something, and then 6 month might be like 16. You also get access to my monthly cozy club, which is a little hangout for people in my community. And it's, again, an anti-diet space where you can just show up, do a little cozy hobby, and have fun, hopefully. Questions, comments, anything else you need, send me an email. Thanks for being here. Bye.